We are in a hotel in the Apollo Valley.
We are in the same vicinity of where we filmed the Lazy H. I feel like now there's 7 or 8. There's one by the lamp, one here. I feel like there's one here. There's multiple over here. There are a few here that feel very physical.
Oh my god, something just touched my pant leg and I think somebody just pulled this sheet out too.
Hello?
Is that like a scream almost? No, Amanda, no re-entry. Panic.
Talking to one person can completely change our perspective on something. I never believed in reincarnation until I talked to that guy. Like, he's gonna come back. Like, he's got more to learn. Nothing is allowed to touch us physically with intent to harm.
Were you scratching your neck?
No.
You have like one scratch mark. And he's just running by on all fours?
But not like this, like...
Oh, bat on his back. Oh my. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we're Mackie and Amanda. I'm Mackie.
I'm Amanda.
And we're the Spooky Boos.
I don't even know what to say if I'm excited or not about this location, because it's one of those that doesn't have a lot of haunted history. You can't find a lot about it online, just about the location where it is, you know? It's one that you could say we caught a vibe.
We did catch a vibe per se.
We weren't exactly sure what was gonna happen when we stayed here. We just planned to kind of hang out, film some other videos while we were here. But so far, we've had doors opening, my backpack fell off a table. I feel like there's more.
There's a full-blown man standing over here.
That would be the other thing that I'm missing. It seems like already there's been a lot and we haven't been here for more than a couple hours.
No, not at all. It's like just now getting late.
The bed shook too.
That's what it was. The bed shook.
Sorry, I was just trying to think of like something like that really scared us happened, but I wasn't on it.
I was just sitting on the bed and it felt like the whole thing just started shaking.
And I was on the couch 5 feet away, didn't shake at all, just because we're in California and there's earthquakes.
Yeah.
So it really has, like we said, been kind of crazy already. We have all of our equipment, we have the camera, so might as well.
We are in a hotel in the Apollo Valley, so I feel like there's a lot of history here.
Right when you said that, something pulled my hair.
Are you kidding me?
Like, I even like made a face and like, it like pulled my hair a lot. Right here. We are in the same vicinity of where we filmed the Lazy H. So,
did you see that?
No, what did you see?
It looked like a shadow, like on the wall.
No, when I was literally looking that
way.
Really?
Okay, it might just be my eyes then.
We are in the same vicinity where we filmed Lazy H, so all of the same things, the Mall Massacre, the hauntings from there might still be close enough to apply to this area right here.
That reminds me of one thing we were able to find online. Directly across the street from us, there is a Native American cemetery, like directly across the street, that is rumored to be haunted. People have reported the spirits of Native Americans being seen at night running through the cemetery with spears chasing buffalo.
So super interesting, and that's right there.
Right there.
Not only that, from just kind of the residual hauntings, but being in this hotel, it's a casino, a lot of wins, more losses. So a lot of tragedies could have taken place here also. I just saw a total flash of light over there. Absolutely. And I wasn't even looking that way that time.
Like, I keep seeing movement over there, but I also don't know if it's like the light, like the I don't know.
There's a mirror right there. Well, but there's a bathroom in the mirror. I wonder if there's 2 mirrors. The door is open. Okay, maybe I'm panicking.
Either way, like maybe there's a portal right there. Is that what you're trying to get at?
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at.
I think there might be, honestly.
I think so too, which is why I'm trying to. Like, these locations are some of my favorite because we stay in them all the time without even noticing, so.
Literally nothing we could have found online, so we're all going into it blind together.
It's kind of like what we were talking earlier, how I was like going into these locations now. It's fully like different than what it used to be when it was just strangers, you know? This is one of those places where it's just going to be strangers. Like, we're not expecting anyone specific to come forward. It's just whoever wants to. You know? Get into it.
Alright, let's do it. Pow! Let's check out to see if there's a portal right here. Okay, they're definitely like 100% this is about to be.
The door is shut.
The door is shut, and this is the door that opened.
Oh, it is.
Yes. See, so we're... Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
If something just touched my hair.
No, not again.
I swear. Nothing's allowed to touch us while we're here. I haven't even said that. I've never done that before,
Yeah.
where I didn't think about it before. Nothing is allowed to touch us physically with intent to harm or any negative intent. Do you understand? We respect that this is your place and we're here to visit, but we are just here to open a line of communication and we'll be leaving in the morning. So with that being said, my name's Amanda.
My name's Mackie.
And if there's something in here who's been touching my hair, pushed my backpack off, opened the door on Mackie, and shook the bed while she was in it, can you make yourself known?
You can knock on the wall, tap, whisper, anything, but just give us one sign that you are here, please.
You know who I've been thinking a lot about recently, and this is super weird
Who?
because it happened a year ago. Do you
Who?
remember when I went to that New York area, all those states over there?
Yeah.
And I was staying in a hotel, and I was like all alone in my room.
I know exactly who you're about to say.
And that person like knocked on my door. I don't remember if they knocked on my door or if they just came and got me or who it was, but his wife and son were staying there.
Yes.
And it was his son's birthday. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember it so clearly. I actually was thinking about it the other day.
Are you kidding? It popped up in my Snapchat memories the other day.
Really?
Yes, that's why I've been thinking about it, but I didn't tell you about that until just now. So
That's
the fact
crazy.
that you've thought about it.
No, I was literally like, it had to have been this week. We were literally on FaceTime and you're walking, like,
Yeah,
trying
like,
to find
come
them.
on. I literally came to 2 doors. I remember it so vivid. And I don't remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, but I remember standing at those double doors and not going into them because I was barefoot.
Uh-huh.
And I just recently heard this like really crazy statistic that I don't want to share on here because I've been trying to forget it ever since. About why I
What?
swear. I'll tell you later. But you're not going to wear sandals anywhere ever again. Or barefoot
Like,
anywhere ever.
was it about, like, getting staph infection or something, having your foot chopped off? Yeah, I've heard that too.
I'm not trying to lose a little foot yet.
This is the best do not disturb sign I've ever seen.
It's Bob. I was hoping you'd see it. It was Miss Bones.
It's Bo. Hi, Bo.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, I think let's just go whichever way Bo's drawn.
I was feeling this way. I was sure this was gonna be the shorter way.
I know. I was too. It's getting so much colder down here.
I was thinking that same thing. I just saw somebody.
Where?
Literally right where you're standing.
It's so, Amanda, how cold is it right here?
So cold.
Why is it so cold right here?
I'm gonna tell you guys right now how cold it is right here. Sorry. There's no way.
No, it has to like calibrate to it. Because it is, I'm literally getting goosebumps when we've been saying all night that we were like burning.
It is burning hot right here. It's so cold.
Do we check the staircase?
Upstairs.
Literally what we were like looking for.
What the fuck? Wait, look. It's dropped a ton already. It's dropped almost a full degree in less than a minute.
Do you still see the person?
No, I just dropped them right here. I wish I would have had it out when I saw it.
I know. Let's try in here.
Okay. This is scary.
How do you feel in here?
Hot.
Was that a voice or a knock? What the fuck? What the? Hello?
There's only 4 floors.
Yeah.
So
We're literally on the top floor.
So that sounded really far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello?
It sound like a scream almost. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, there's only 4 stories.
You're
How is height so, like, why is it so far away?
I don't know. Hello?
I have such a fear.
What?
I have such a fear of standing near staircases.
Why?
Just in haunted places. Just
Think someone's gonna yeet you down them? Oh my god. Is anyone in here? Is anyone in here? Is anyone in here?
Hello?
If any spirits are in here, can you give us a sign?
Maybe a little knock. Can you run up the stairs?
Does it feel like heavy in here to you? Weird.
Is it to you?
No, it just feels stuffy. That's about it. Because usually staircases that we go into feel very heavy.
I know, and I wanted to look for a staircase, and you wanted to look for a staircase. Oh,
Yeah.
So I figured it would be like super active just because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah. No, Amanda. No re-entry. I'm gonna panic.
Don't panic, we're okay.
Why would they do that?
How am I doing this time?
You're doing fine. Amanda, how are we going to get out? Amanda.
At the very bottom, there's going to be a door. There's literally no way. It's a fire escape. We have to go to the escape.
Okay.
Taste of something. Don't panic. Taste of something. Don't panic. Something. Don't panic.
Okay.
What is rags? You.
Okay.
Okay. That makes me want to panic.
Yeah, me too. Relief. Relief. Okay, that was so f***ed up.
That was so.
What if someone was in there? Like, why would they do that?
What if someone needed to escape?
I don't know.
Or escape someone, you know?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not right. That was about to be a panic attack right there. I don't even have my phone. How do you feel in here?
I don't feel like we're alone, but I don't feel like what's here is bad.
Okay.
And I'm curious to find out if what is here is responsive enough, like
Yeah.
intelligent enough to respond, you know, and I don't mean in a bad way, but if it's more residual energy or just gonna talk to us.
Alright.
So I say we just set up some equipment and maybe give it a shot.
Okay, by the way, we walked around the hotel for a little bit, nothing happened, so we decided to just come back here and give it a go. Alright, we gotta get this done. We're getting out of control, it's getting to that hour, Bo.
Should we set off these lamps?
Oh.
What now? I say that we each pick a couple pieces of equipment and we start a little session.
I was thinking REM pod and flashlight.
I was thinking flashlight also.
Okay, if the REM pod starts going off a lot, which I highly doubt it will here. I won't turn it off.
What about music box?
I was thinking that too. That was my other option.
I think music box.
Over iPod?
No, you know what? In addition, whatever floats your boat. Let's just do it all.
You know, this one's a little up in the air as it is, so might as well put all our options out there.
Alright, that's fair.
Yeah, just in case something insane happens.
You know what's gonna be insane?
What?
When Bo beats you up. Or I'll help you. Oh, just kidding. She's a strong bow.
Strong bow. Strong bow competition. Okay, let me just set that one up.
Is this not working?
That's bizarre. That's just weird. Let's try the other one. Why didn't it go on at all?
Didn't we just get all new batteries?
Good.
Here we are.
Me. Alright. Okay, so that's out and about.
We have the mirror and the bathroom right there. Do we leave them open and left, like create a portal, or do we shut one and not risk it because we sleep here tonight?
I think we have to open it.
I think we did too.
Calibrating.
Ouch.
Okay.
I just saw something over there. Maybe it was.
Did you?
No, wait, hold.
Was it the reflection of the door? Because I saw. Was it across the floor? Or no?
It was low. Maybe it was a shadow. I'm just
I
gonna.
thought it might have been a shadow, but at the same time.
Alright, we're gonna ignore it for now.
Did you hear that?
No, not at all. Alright.
Feeling worse and worse, bro.
It always starts.
Okay, if there's a spirit here with us right now, can you turn that back off? All you have to do is tap it. Looks like you were trying just a minute ago.
Did you hear that?
I
Sound like a
did.
tap on the TV right there.
Can you tap the flashlight? What if I like accidentally tap the TV?
Yes. It turned
I'm
off.
turning this light down. It keeps backing away from me. It's 12:30. It's literally almost 1 a.m. and we just decided to start right now. Okay.
Well, we. Oh.
I was literally just gonna ask, just to confirm, if Spirit was here, turn on the flashlight and went on.
There's
Could you, what?
nothing. I was gonna say something, but I'd rather write it down because I get embarrassed to say it.
No, say it.
I was gonna say there's definitely something right behind me, and then I felt it pull my hair, and then I told you about the spirit being there, and then the flashlight turned on.
Do you think it's a person?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
It feels there's definitely multiple things here. I'm gonna say 4 or 5.
Are you serious? The second we turned off the lights or before that?
Flashlight. It's like
Flashlight.
I felt like they were like around, you know what I mean? It's kind of like we were talking earlier. If there's gonna be anything here, I feel like they would take the flashlight again. I'm gonna turn this way so you can like see which ones they want to validate, which parts. I was almost kind of afraid to be over
I know. Do you see me just be afraid to go over there?
Yeah. Like when we started doing it, they would take the opportunity to validate their presence here. Like, that's what they're doing. I feel like now there's 7 or 8.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
No, not at all. There's one by the lamp, one here. I feel like there's one here. There's multiple over here. There's multiple over here. I feel like the one that's right here, very lightly, like just touched my hand and very lightly just touched my ankle. Like there are a few here that feel very physical.
Are you serious?
Not in a bad way. Like, I don't say that. So like don't worry. There's one on the bed, sitting up on the bed on this pillow right here. Is it not?
I see it. Yeah, I do.
There's a little ball sitting right next to you.
Flashlight.
There's a little ball sitting right next to you on that bed. Can you go near it and maybe, or touch it, put some energy into it? It's literally right here. That was not there. And I can guarantee it because as you can see, that one's a little sloppy.
Yeah.
I fixed the pillows because I had pulled one off. Look,
Flashlight.
It's like, yeah, it wasn't like that. I fixed the pillows.
No, I know. It's
That's
like
the
someone
only-
leaned their elbow into it and we're like leaning up on one arm.
And they were so
Oh my god.
What?
Something just touched my pant leg and I think somebody just pulled this sheet out too.
something pulling back these pants. Can you?
I don't even think it necessarily pulled my pants, but I think it pulled this sheet out and the sheet touched my pants, like pushed into my pants.
Is that what happened?
If that's what happened, can you set off one of our devices, like that pink flashlight you've been turning on and off?
We also have this REM pod right here. It's a little red light. You can turn it on.
I think an orb just went across.
Flashlight.
Oh, fuck.
Feels heavy.
Yeah, me too. Is there anyone over here?
Oh yeah.
It's like burning hot right
Oh,
here.
yeah. And it feels like, do we have that notebook?
Yeah, it's in the
Like,
pink bag.
there's, where did we throw that?
Oh. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
It sounded like that scratch on the wall again.
There's so many that I feel like I could write down, like, you know, like keep track of multiple of them.
What do they look like to you, or are you just feeling them right now?
Most of them that I'm seeing, like the one on the bed that I saw was a little shadow. The one by the lamp that was behind you when you were on this side, right here by your pink water bottle, looked like a shadow. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase. Every single one has looked like
Flashlight.
a shadow.
Flashlight went on.
Every single one has looked like a shadow except for like the ones that just feel like energy.
Okay, it's getting so hot in here. Do you think all these things just came here from wherever because they saw that opportunity with us to talk?
Yeah.
Like, do you think they stay here, I guess?
No.
Can one of the spirits in here walk in front of this black box we have placed on the floor? Someone just walk in front of it. Flashlight. We'll give you 15 seconds starting now.
Flashlight's off. Flashlight's off. Flashlight's off. It's right here. I'm just gonna point. Maybe you can walk from mirror to mirror.
Oh no.
Alright.
It's really weird because it feels really hot, but then you get like a cold breeze.
Are you paying attention to where you're getting them?
It's usually like right over here, I feel like.
Flashlight.
I was feeling most of it right over here. So I feel like the closer I get to here, the more temperature I'm noticing. Flashlight.
Interesting. Yeah, immediately off and back on. And some spirits, because we found, have different ways of communicating. Temperature.
Do you feel like any of them were negative?
No.
Okay.
All.
Was there a negative one here first, though?
Um,
Not at all.
Sorry, there's a little bug attacking me. No, nothing negative. In the beginning, I think you asked me that or something, or like what's here, and I started but never finished my sentence. Kind of felt like a jokester.
Okay.
Like nothing negative but annoying.
Yeah.
So that could have been flashlight. So that could have been totally what you're picking up on if you felt like it was here right away and not anymore.
Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
It's like,
Oh. Yeah, I did. And then and then I heard something after. So what I was getting ready to say is not here anymore was what did just come in though feels like this doesn't have anything to do with it. I know it doesn't because I see spirits of family members as shadows. And I also see them sometimes they look like white kind of shadows. This one looked like a white figure and the flashlight's going crazy.
yeah, it literally is.
Right when it came in, it's right over there. It felt like someone's grandfather.
Aww.
And then you're like talking about kind of some throat issues.
Yeah.
It made me think two things. One, grandpas, like men, have Adam's apples.
Yeah.
And two, maybe they had like some kind of cancer, throat cancer, smoking.
Yeah, where they got the raspy.
Yeah, I get a lot of stuff with that.
Interesting.
That's what I feel when someone who smoked a lot, like that's like one of the signals, you know?
Yeah. Flashlight.
Crazy.
Were you a smoker? Oh my god, I went on immediately.
Were you someone's grandpa who was in this hotel maybe? or is in this hotel right now. I just saw them by that lamp again.
You can... Oh, flash, it turned on. You can also set off that little red dot we have on the table as well. If you go near that antenna sticking up, it will light up.
I think he prefers to use the flashlight.
Okay, seems like it so far.
As it turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That just makes me wonder. It seems like a lot of things do. Is it easier for them?
I think it's gotta be easier. I feel like it's more on their, like, energetic field. Just like a flashlight in general, compared to something like motion censored, like...
Somebody touched my hair.
As it just completely went unfocused when I turned it this way.
That's crazy.
Do you keep playing with Amanda's hair?
I don't think it's this one, but did you hear that?
Yeah.
But I think it's something else that's playing with my hair.
It's just so weird how fast they all came here. Like out of nowhere.
I feel like we should see if they have a purpose for being here.
Okay.
Like instead of just having... There's gotta be something. Especially with this, like, grandpa.
Maybe he's, like, here on vacation with his family member that's here or something.
Okay. Do you remember when we talked earlier about when I went to the Conjuring house?
Yes.
That family member that came to us?
Uh-huh.
Like me, I guess.
Us.
We're the same unit.
I was on FaceTime at least. Same unit.
It makes me think of, like, that again, where maybe he has family members that are staying here and that's why he's here.
Makes sense because, like, a lot of times in the haunted hotels, obviously, like, not a lot of, I feel like that wouldn't really happen, but somewhere like here that isn't a, like, designated haunted place, it's like a resort, I could totally see, like, a family member coming with family. Flashlight just turned on. Are you here with your grandkids?
Or daughter and son-in-law?
Son and daughter-in-law?
And the flashlight's going off.
Did you feel like it was his daughter?
He did, but it could be daughter-in-law. Maybe it's his only daughter, you know? Maybe it's his only daughter. Maybe it's his only daughter. Or his only, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, just to confirm, can you turn that flashlight on if it is your daughter? Your daughter by blood.
You were right the first time.
The son?
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law?
You were right the first time.
Okay. Daughter-in-law.
Because he was just like, she might as well be.
She might as well be. Okay.
You
Aww.
were totally right.
So he approves of her.
He just, might as well be. I get a very good vibe from him. This is so weird. I'm gonna start crying.
Why?
I don't feel like he was always the nicest to people during his life. And he realizes that now. This is so weird. Like, this happens sometimes, but almost 100% of the time I know who the person is for.
So is it like his son and he wasn't, like, maybe hard on him? Or, like, not really nice to the daughter-in-law?
No, definitely. Wait, let me think. Definitely, like, always loved daughter-in-law. I feel like he had more than one son.
Yes.
And I feel like their house was definitely, like, a lot, like, outdoorsy.
Okay.
Like, so I don't want to necessarily say, like, farm or ranch, but a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay.
Again, the flashlight wasn't on, was it?
No.
It looked like, I keep seeing the flashlight. Definitely a lot of hard work involved.
Okay.
And he was more difficult than he realizes now he should have been.
Flashlight.
They did not live in California. They lived in Idaho or Delaware. I feel like we should use the flashlight to confirm which one, just because I want to keep making sure that the information I'm getting is, like, correct, if that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He says okay. Yes. Okay, can you turn on that flashlight if you lived in Idaho? We'll give you 15 seconds.
Delaware? Could you turn it on if you lived in Delaware?
That was in our bathroom.
It really was. And I'm sorry that I didn't wait the 15 seconds. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I just felt very, this sounds weird, impatient.
Dude.
Which makes me think it was just like maybe how earlier I wanted to start crying.
Yeah.
And then just now I felt very impatient. How he felt in life.
Oh, do you think he was like impatient?
I think that...
Like maybe with his like son or whoever, like family members, anyone. Flashlight.
I was gonna say I think you're spot on with exactly what you said. Like grocery clerks is what came to my mind exactly when I felt like he wasn't as kind as he should have been. I think you said to his kids or something like that. Like literally to everyone is like what kind of came to my mind. Like I feel like he turned it around with his daughter-in-law. But, like, when you said that, I literally thought grocery clerks.
Oh, totally makes sense. Just like, small, like, petty stuff.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just be nice to everyone. Like,
didn't go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's crazy that you said that, though. It's also crazy, I feel, that everything's being confirmed.
Yeah, no, it is. Yes, he is. Do you think he ever got to, like, apologize to his family for it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's
good.
Definitely. Do you think he feels like content? Or do you think he's like restless about it? I guess guilty still.
I feel like he's never, like, he's just like, I've never been content, you know? And he doesn't, like, mean that in a bad way. Like, let me, like, try that again. Like, I've never been content. But, like, I'm more content now than I've ever been.
How do you think he passed away? Because I feel like this is, like, kind of weird, like, right? Like, just the fact he's still feeling, like, not content. Isn't that a little weird?
I think it is, but, I also think about that man that I came across who was like, sit down, no screaming, no yelling, just talk. And he was like yelling at me. And he obviously had passed on, but was not content.
Just turned it on and off like super quick.
I don't know everything, you know what I mean? I don't ask those like kind of questions. So I don't know why some people walk through when I do a reading and they've got a little thing in their hand, set it to the side, and smoking the cigar, carrying their brandy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget you, I'm gonna do what I want. And there are some people who, like, he's still, I feel like normally they're not impatient. They're not, like, forget Idaho, like, you picked the wrong one first, say Delaware. Just say Delaware now and I'll answer right away.
Sir, calm down.
I'm picking up on that, so, like, I don't mean to act that way, but...
Flashlight.
That's how I feel. Like, so I don't know why sometimes they're content and sometimes they're not. So I wrote down never, but I didn't finish before you asked my question. What I was going to finish with was never content. Okay. Because I feel like he's never been content. And then I was going to write a fancy little arrow down and say something. I was going to write it down because I wasn't sure if I was going to say it out loud, but what you just said makes me feel like I should. I was going to say not his last life. Like, he's gonna come back. Like, he's got more to learn.
Oh, you're gonna come back, sir. So maybe, like, when you've lived your last life, that's when you're completely at peace. And when you have more lives to live, you're not at peace completely until you've learned your main lesson in life.
And maybe that's why you come back and you still watch and you still learn and observe until you, like, come back again and going through that
That's cycle. Super interesting.
I know, like, that's a really crazy theory, and this man just kind of made me wonder that. But this is like, okay, this is deep. But that's something that really makes me enjoy this and appreciate not asking the big questions. Is there God? Is heaven real? Yeah. Because I think it's faith for a reason. All of those reasons. Talking to one person, whether they're alive or in our case dead, can completely change our perspective on something.
It's so weird.
Thanks for coming to my TED
Just
Talk.
like in a snap like that.
No, like that was my deep, that because like it happened with before the Queen Mary. Like it wasn't the worst way I've died. I was
Yeah.
like, so that means you've died multiple times. And I never believed in reincarnation until I talked to that guy, spirit.
Weird.
And now he just confirmed it also.
Oh
I
my
would love
gosh.
I would love to know his name. And I think I
Hold
do.
this for a second. I'm just gonna grab a battery.
No, of course. I'll just show my fancy little thing.
Fancy little doodad.
This is actually kind of crazy.
What?
Just this guy coming through.
Oh.
Like he's coming through so clear.
You like aliens? Can you turn that off all the way? Okay. Do you believe in aliens? Will you turn off that flashlight if you do?
Please don't answer that. She's just kidding.
This is just your personal opinion. If you believe in aliens, turn it off.
Are you recording?
Oh, yes, I was.
Just to confirm if you really meant that last answer.
Oh, he was just like, yes. Oh my god. Oh no. Well, that's just his opinion.
I can't do this. Alright, well, on that note, peace.
And I'm like, are we done? Okay.
There's someone right behind you.
I want, what? What did you say?
There's someone right behind you. No, I swear,
Did you
I'm
just,
sorry.
I know. Did you just hear that too as another of the like,
No, not at all. Why do you hear so much?
I don't know. It was so loud.
Much more than I do.
What the fuck? I don't know, like even ever since I was little, my parents would always say I had like, ever since I was little, my parents knew if they were gonna talk poorly about me, they couldn't be inside the house in any room, no matter how low they talked, because I would hear them. So I'd be in my bedroom with the door shut. They would be all the way in the family room, which is out down the hallway to the right, you make another right, and they'd be whispering, and I would hear every single word they'd say, and I'd come out yelling, "Stop talking about me!" They always said I had like supersonic radar hearing.
Expose.
So I don't know if it's that or what the deal is with, I don't know.
Well, I feel like, okay, it can't just be exceptional hearing.
Yeah.
Because I actually hear dead people, and you absolutely hear things that I don't hear. Because you'll say it, and then I'll be like, I don't hear that. Yeah. And then we'll pick it up on the audio.
That's what's really weird to me too, because you hear, it's like we're hearing two different types of spirits or something.
Or frequencies. Like, look at, like, I don't know, that's just like really throwing it out. But I just had an entire conversation with somebody, the entire thing confirmed on flashlight, and then you still hear all night, all the time, things that I
heard
don't.
something too, again.
What?
Like over there is like,
like a person or furniture moving or?
no, it was like definitely like a voice, like something like, ah!
Oh, no.
What does that mean though?
Well, I know for a fact that there's like clairvoyant.
Clairaudient.
I don't know if what I do, being able to have conversations, is considered clairaudient, or what you do that I'm not able to do. Hearing all of those noises and voices and sounds, like if that's clairaudient.
I don't know. Someone comment down below
Yeah,
what it is.
Educate us.
I kind of think that yours falls under clairvoyant in a way.
Yeah,
because you're not audibly hearing someone. It's like they're placing the words like in your, like you can hear them in your head.
You're right.
But it's not audible.
No, you're right, because you're right.
Yeah, or clairaudient would be
outright hearing
audio.
Them. Ooh, the flashlight. 100% true, because I can still have conversations and hear people when I have noise canceling headphones on.
No, it's definitely not audible, which makes me wonder all of a sudden, a lot of times when we're at these places, like you said, like like I'll hear things that other people there like besides you don't hear, but the camera picks up.
Yeah, we'll
so
be in
what
huge
if it's
groups.
what if it's a frequency that the camera's on and that the spirits can talk on that I can hear too?
That's it's not just supersonic human hearing.
There's no way for us to test that. Well,
is there?
I don't know, because I guess I hear the things and people, while we're there with them, no one else hears it. I don't know, this is like
No, like dog whistles stuff, even like that, you know? Could the camera pick up a dog whistle? But obviously I couldn't. Maybe you and the camera could. Bad example, but if there's a way to
really
test,
weird, because I always
let us know.
Yeah, because I always thought like it's actually like happening and everyone else can hear it too, and the camera's like it's that loud that the camera's able to pick it up. But then when we're like places with Katrina and she doesn't hear the same thing, but it's so loud and like I heard it and the camera picked it up.
No, you're right, it's a frequency.
I've like never thought about that for not one single time in my life. But it kind of makes sense because so many like spirits obviously are like on the same frequency as different electronics.
Right, which is why spirit boxes work. And
I feel like when you hear them, they're specifically talking to you.
Yeah.
And that's why only you can, like, you're hearing what?
Okay, maybe the camera picked it up, but right in here, there was like the shadow of a figure of a man way past you, back in that mirror of the bathroom door. Not like bad, I don't want to say, but it was standing long enough for me to be like just like uncomfortable. Like if you were on the street and you saw a man watching you, you know, and like you're in your car and you'd be like, leave.
Were you scratching your neck?
No.
You have like one scratch mark. Maybe we should turn on the lights.
That's pretty dark.
It's really dark, actually.
Let's turn on the light.
We do it together.
It's 1 a.m.
It's like, oh.
Immediately when I saw that thing, it's been like a minute, so.
Look. I'm gonna try turning this down. Oh yeah, you can really see it now. Like that's not, I don't know how you would do that to yourself unless you physically like took your nail and like went like that. Which,
I mean, I do have like nails. I was really cold.
Right when that guy made you uncomfortable.
And it's like, that's
yeah. See, now you can see it.
It's literally like this way up too, you know what I mean? Because it's like
and then it's the like point. What the fuck? That's weird, right when you saw that thing, that guy. I mean, from the very beginning. What?
Nothing, I was just looking over there because that's where I saw it. Nothing.
You've been saying like the very beginning, you said the things here are very physical.
Maybe.
What if this one is like not that good and physical?
And I even said you're not allowed to touch us like with bad intent. So
and that looks pretty bad.
Maybe
like bad intent to me.
Maybe that's a good time to end it.
Does it like burn or anything? It doesn't feel like anything.
Feel like if you hadn't had said something, I wouldn't have noticed it.
Oh.
That sounded like it was in the mirror that we were just looking into.
Oh, it does. It does sound like he was in the mirror. Like with stuff like that, it just like sketches me out. Like, should we keep going when something like that happens?
To me, like, I think physical stuff is just a different level, and like, if we want to keep going afterwards if we feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But right now, like, I think we should shut it down.
Okay.
Tell whatever's here needs to leave. Because, you okay?
It just felt like my pant leg was going like this.
Yeah. Alright, whatever's here needs to leave.
You need to go.
You're not welcome to hang out with us. I'm lifting this up.
Okay.
That did go up once.
Which makes it even weirder.
You're not welcome to stay in this hotel room with us, to talk to us tonight. I think you need to leave.
You have to leave. Actually, everyone, for now, at least, everyone out, please. But specifically the thing that touched Amanda, you have to leave and you cannot come back here. Let's shut it down for now. Because that's not right. Right, even though it's dark, it's the next morning. You have the curtains drawn.
Dramatic effect.
Yeah.
No, how'd you sleep last night?
I slept pretty good. There definitely, it definitely sounded like someone was in the bathroom though. I don't know if you had that experience, but...
Well, it sounded like somebody was in the bathroom pretty much all night. I feel like when we were investigating the scratches, we did a live last night after we finished investigating, so if you didn't catch it last night, or that night, watch it.
Other than that, it was, not much happened through the night.
I slept great.
So my question for you is, this wasn't even on camera, and we didn't talk about it because it was pretty scary, but last night, I don't know if we were in the middle of it or setting up, but you said that something ran through that was really, the way it looked was really, startling, and you'd tell me what it was in the morning.
So do you remember, the story that it made me bring up with the whole thing in the casino that my dad saw? We were actually at a casino and we stayed there until midnight. My mom was waiting in the line for us to get some food. I come back, my mom's in line alone, and she goes, I forget how much your dad actually sees spirits. And I was like, what are you talking about? She tells me that he saw a woman walk by, and following behind this woman was a creature on all four legs, almost just running behind her. And he described the feeling he got. Absolutely awful, so negative, and he's just thought, this woman has no idea. So she's about from right over there at the door to that door over there, so about 30 yards, 30 yards, right? And I can just see the very top of her head. She's blonde in the jean dress. So I go over, I have to see, So I walk all the way from this side over to her, loop around her, right? And I don't see anything with her. So I just loop around her, walk back to my mom and tell her what I thought, I'm I didn't see anything with her, super weird. Run into my dad, talk to him about it, and as I'm sitting there talking to my dad, I see this man walking from, I just totally saw something in the camera.
Where?
That was weird.
Where?
Almost right here.
Because I felt a breeze on my ankle, right before you said that.
As I was standing with my dad, I saw this man crossing across the casino. It's kind of like our door.
It did. It sounded like someone knocked on our door.
And
there's no one there. I can literally see through the peephole from here.
There was this entity standing, I kid you not, this close behind him, just right next to him. She's probably 6 foot taller than him. I'd say a foot taller, if I was up here to you, just towering over him, and it was like a shadow man, but not. I don't want to say alien, but an alien shaped head almost, but skinnier, not round and thin, almost you'd see, almost
oblong.
Oh yeah, almost you would see in the movies.
The movie Alien.
Literally that, but I've never seen anything like it in my life, Mackie, until last night, or 2 nights ago. I don't even want to picture it, just same feeling that it probably gave you the first time. Negative, something was with him, and I thought, oh my gosh, have I not realized, I don't go to casinos a lot, I don't know, I know people win a lot, people mostly lose a lot, is it just a lot of negative feelings here, and so there's more
negative entities
than I'm used to, and I just haven't been paying enough attention that I've noticed. And then as I'm watching him walk across this casino, I have enough time to get that thought out, and he stops at the woman with the jean dress.
He was with her?
Yeah, he was with her.
Do you think whatever was with him was actually the thing your dad saw in a different form that was just happened to be following her at the moment, but it was actually this creature with him?
Yeah, I think it was with, I guess it was with both of them. I mean, it had to have been, but it only made sense because he obviously saw a very similar and probably the same entity that I did. The reason that it made me think of that story was because of the way that it moved. It was on all fours. But when my dad saw what he saw, and I've seen things like that before, his was a dark shadow, as he described it. Mine was definitely light color, which is odd, right?
Yeah.
Super bright.
That's weird. And he's just running by on all fours?
Just running, like, but not like this, like.
Oh, on his back. Oh my.
So that's why, like, I think we were in the middle of a sentence, and I just, it was startling. So that's why I didn't want to tell you about it last night. The reason I said, like, I wanted to tell you about it in the morning was because last night was pretty intense. So imagine in the middle of that, not only, like, knowing that was in the room with us.
Okay. Yeah,
like
that would not have been fun.
No, I feel like it just, no matter, like, what, as, like, even though you wanted to know, like, as brave as, like, it is, it's just, like, might as well just say in the morning, like, if only one of us has to know. Because it does, like, it startled me. It does, its goal was to, like, entice fear. That's just why I wanted to hold off, was to not, like, feed into it. But
alright.
if it was something that was, like, needed to take care of, or, like, I would think that we needed to, like, all be aware of, I would share it. But it was just, like, not even, like, important enough.
Right.
But it was creepy.
I hate that.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
That's disgusting.
When I saw it, it, like...
You were like, ugh.
Yeah, I know. It's like... It got me.
I feel like we don't really need to know what scratched you, because...
Whatever it was is not here now.
Yeah.
So why bring it up and talk about it? But honestly, if you guys disagree with us, you think that we should come back and do a spirit box session and maybe try and figure out what scratched me, even what I really don't want to ask.
Oh my god, yeah. I was running through on all fours.
Crawled through the room. Maybe we do have more to find out, so if you guys think we should come back, have any other question?
Sorry, Father Bo.
If you guys have any other questions, let us know in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button.
Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.